today's video we're going to take a look at a different flow that I've been working on. Now it's all nice being able to use the DS18B20 to create graphs and have gauges, but in this video we're going to take a look at how I'm going to control a single GPIO pin, which will be in this case pin 36 on the Raspberry Pi 4. So the first thing you'll notice here, I'm using a different node, and this is going to get the data from the one wire bus. So if we take a look inside the node, you can see here a list of the sensors that it's found on the bus, and here you can see it's given a payload of 0, 1 and 2 to these sensors. Now you're going to have to make a note of these sensors where you're going to put them. You can set the number of decimal places and you can change whether it's Fahrenheit or centigrade, and here you can decide whether it's every second or whatever set time frequency you want. So I'm leaving it at 1 second. So to be able to get this node, you go up to here, manage palettes, install, and if you type in DS18B20 into here, you'll see here there's a list of nodes that are available, and here you can see this one here, IIoT DS18B20, and I've installed that. And by doing that, you'll see here there's this node now within the choice of nodes available to us. So for interest, I'm just going to add a debug node into here, and I'm going to pull the data from that node into the debug node. I'm going to deploy it, and then I'm going to start the debug. So what you can see here now, we're getting a number of bits of temperature coming through. Now the first two it picked up as showing some strange readings on some of them. Now this can be seen in the previous thing where I did put something to stop that. I'm not going to bother with it this time, but what you can see here now is we've got an array, and the array is 0, 1 and 2. So I'm now going to stop the debug node because I don't want it going through. I'll just deploy that. Now you'll notice here we've got a function which I've called switch. Now inside this function, this has got a bit of Java script written into it. So this function node is taking its information from the one wire bus and it's splitting it into 4 payloads. So even though we're only seeing 3, we're actually going to split it into 4. The first one is taking its payload from position 0 in the array and putting it to pin or the output 1 of the function node. The next one is taking it from position 1 in the array and putting it on output 2. Obviously this one's taking it from position 2 and putting it on output 3. And then the final one is taking position 1, which in my case is the display tank, and what we've got here is less than or equal to 25. So if the reading is less than 25, it will put an output of true. If it's above 25, it'll put an output of false. So the first 3 outputs are going to these here, which you've seen in the previous videos, so I'm not really going to go into that, which is for the gauges and the graphs. But now what I've added is this pin 36, and because I've got the Raspberry Pi pack added, I need this one here, which is the Raspberry Pi GPIO Output, and then in this case I've set it to pin 36. It's set as a digital output, and then what this will do, when the sensor is low, it'll turn that pin on, and when it's above the reading, it will turn it off. Now this is where you can, for this demonstration I've just got it connected to an LED, but the next thing would be you could connect this to some form of solid state relay, which is what I possibly might do, and that will be allowed to then control 240 volts. Now this you need to do with great care. Obviously I'm competent with electrics, and this is one option. So from one Raspberry Pi, this then could control your heaters. So at the moment, if we take a look at the actual page, here you can see where I've been playing with it, and the sump sensor at the moment is reading 18.31. Now if I bring that up, you'll see it's starting to raise quite rapidly because this is reading it every second. Now what will happen when we get near the 25 mark, obviously this will take a little while for it to come up, but you can see also the graph is going up. Obviously this is where I've been playing. So at the moment it's true, so the heater would be on, and at the moment for me I can see it on, which you can't. The LED is actually on the Pi. As it gets up to the 25-degree threshold, which it should be getting near now, you've just seen there it's gone false and the LED has gone off. Now if I let go of the sensor and it would start dropping, and that could take a few seconds or minutes even, eventually it will go to true. So hopefully that shows how you could then now control a GPIO pin on the Raspberry Pi using Node-RED and a few simple bits of code. Anyway, thank you for watching.